On the evening of September 21, 2025, State Farm Stadium stood as a beacon in the Arizona desert, its lights cutting through the darkness. But on this night, the stadium was transformed into something far more profound. A place where grief and political theater collided, where the boundaries between mourning and mobilization blurred. Tens of thousands of people from all walks of life streamed into the stadium, united by a shared sense of loss. They came to honor Charlie Kirk, a conservative leader whose shocking assassination had sent tremors through the movement and the nation at large. The event itself was a striking blend of evangelical ritual and the fervor of a political rally. Giant screens displayed Kirk's portrait, his image looming over the crowd, while the stage glowed with an almost sacred intensity. The air was thick with emotion, grief, anger, and a sense of purpose. The audience was a tapestry of conservative luminaries, grassroots supporters, and dignitaries. Their presence radiated not only a sense of shared loss, but also a renewed determination to carry forward Kirk's vision. The atmosphere was charged, as if everyone present understood the gravity of the moment. All around the stands were awash with signs, American flags, and banners bearing President Trump's name. The sea of red, white, and blue made it clear. This was more than a memorial service. It was a rallying cry, a declaration that the movement would not be cowed by tragedy. President Trump, Vice President J.D. Vance, and other key figures took the stage, their presence elevating the event's significance. Their speeches turned collective grief into a powerful show of unity, channeling sorrow into resolve and transforming the memorial into a moment of political momentum. Security was omnipresent, with officers stationed at every entrance and patrolling the grounds. The heightened precautions underscored the tense political climate and the sense of vulnerability that now shadowed public gatherings. Throughout the night, prayers and hymns echoed through the stadium. Each word, each note carried a dual meaning, a heartfelt farewell to Kirk, and a public affirmation of the movement's enduring faith and resilience. The audience listened with rapt attention, their faces etched with sorrow and determination. In that silence, a collective resolve was forged, as if the pain of loss was being transformed into a new sense of purpose. This gathering was not just a tribute to a fallen leader, but a public declaration of unity. It was a promise that the movement would endure, no matter the obstacles or the darkness ahead. In that vast stadium, the community found strength in each other, turning tragedy into resolve. As they looked to their leaders for guidance, the night became a symbol of hope and defiance, a testament to their determination to move forward, together through the uncertainty that lay ahead. As the final speech of the evening drew to a close, President Trump lingered on stage, his figure illuminated by the bright lights and the expectant gaze of thousands in attendance. The air was thick with anticipation. The crowd hushed, sensing that something significant was about to unfold. In a gesture that caught many by surprise, he called Erika Kirk, the widow of Charlie, to join him on stage. The invitation was both personal and public, a moment that instantly shifted the atmosphere from political spectacle to something deeply human. As the first notes of "America the Beautiful" began to swell through the arena, Trump opened his arms and embraced Erika. It was a moment stripped of pretense, a raw, unscripted display of emotion that resonated with everyone present. The embrace was not just a comfort for Erika, but a symbol of shared loss and collective mourning. The audience, and millions more watching from their homes, witnessed a side of the president rarely seen, a vulnerability that transcended politics. Tears welled in the eyes of many, as the gravity of the moment settled over the crowd. For a brief instant, the usual divisions faded, replaced by a sense of shared humanity. Trump then took Erika's hand and raised it high above their heads, a powerful gesture of solidarity and unwavering support. The crowd erupted in applause, recognizing the significance of this act. It was a public affirmation that Erika was not alone, and that her strength would be honored. Standing side by side, they faced the sea of faces before them, united not only in grief, but in a renewed sense of purpose. Their presence together sent a message of resilience, hope, and the enduring power of community in the face of tragedy. As they walked off stage together, their joint exit became more than just a symbolic gesture. It was a public passing of the torch, a moment that signaled a new chapter for the movement and for Erika herself. By presenting Erika to the crowd, Trump elevated her as a new figure of strength and inspiration. She stood confidently, embodying the courage and determination that would carry the movement forward. The embrace and their walk off stage quickly became the defining image of the day, replayed across news outlets and social media, capturing the hearts of people around the world. In that instant, the moment transcended politics and partisanship. It resonated as a genuine act of compassion, unity, and shared resolve, a reminder that even in the most public of arenas, empathy can shine through. The message was unmistakable. The movement would not falter, and Erika would never have to stand alone. Supporters rallied behind her, offering encouragement and solidarity as she stepped into her new role. This single heartfelt act spoke louder than any prepared speech could. It cemented Erika's place in the movement's future, ensuring her voice would be heard and her strength recognized. Around the globe, people watched as grief and leadership merged in a powerful tableau, an unforgettable moment that would be remembered for years to come. In his address, President Trump elevated Charlie Kirk from activist to martyr, declaring his death a sacrifice for American freedom. Trump praised Kirk's achievements, especially his creation of Turning Point USA, calling him a master builder and strategist. He announced Kirk would receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, cementing his legacy as a conservative hero. Trump's words validated Kirk's life's work and inspired the crowd to continue his mission. The speech blended personal anecdotes with grand themes, making Kirk's loss feel both intimate and historic. Trump comforted the grieving while galvanizing them to action. The message Kirk's legacy would endure, and the movement would press on. A pivotal moment came when Trump addressed Erika Kirk's public forgiveness of her husband's assassin. He praised her grace but drew a sharp contrast, declaring, "I hate my opponent and I don't want the best for them." Trump's bluntness resonated with supporters who saw forgiveness as noble, but retribution as necessary. This exchange highlighted a core tension: Christian mercy versus political combat. Trump compartmentalized faith and politics, validating Erika's virtue while reaffirming his own combative stance. The moment allowed the audience to embrace both ideals, grace and aggression. It was a powerful communication. Forgiveness is admirable, but the fight continues. The crowd was left with a dual message: honor Erika's faith, but stand firm in the political battle. Erika Kirk's speech brought a hush to the stadium. The air was thick with emotion as thousands sat in silence waiting for her words. In that moment, the weight of loss and the hope for healing seemed to hang together, suspended above the crowd. She spoke not of anger, but of love and forgiveness, even for her husband's killer. Her voice was steady, yet filled with compassion, as she shared her belief that forgiveness was the only way forward. Erika's message was not just for herself, but for everyone listening, an invitation to choose empathy over bitterness. Her message, rooted in her evangelical faith, challenged the cycle of hate and retribution. She spoke of the teachings that guided her, drawing strength from Scripture and her unwavering belief in the power of grace. Erika reminded the audience that faith can be a source of courage, even in the darkest times. "The answer to hate is not hate. The answer is love," she declared, reframing her husband's legacy. With conviction, she urged everyone to break the cycle of pain and retaliation, and instead, to honor Charlie's memory by spreading kindness and understanding. Erika urged the audience to follow Charlie's example as a leader, husband, and father. She spoke of his compassion, his dedication to his family, and his unwavering commitment to doing what was right, even when it was difficult. She encouraged everyone to carry forward his legacy by living with integrity and love. Her focus was on healing and unity, not vengeance. Erika called for the community to come together to support one another and to build bridges where there had been division. She reminded everyone that true strength lies in forgiveness and the willingness to move forward together. Elon Musk's public embrace and social media post quoting the Lord's Prayer amplified her message. His support brought national attention, showing that even those with great influence recognized the importance of Erika's words. The message of love over hate began to ripple outward, reaching far beyond the stadium walls. Erika's words resonated far beyond the stadium, striking a chord of grace and hope. People watching from home felt the impact, many moved to tears by her courage and vulnerability. Her call for compassion inspired conversations about healing in communities across the country. Her call for love over hate became a defining theme of the event. Signs and banners appeared throughout the crowd, and the phrase quickly spread on social media, uniting people in a shared commitment to peace and understanding. The crowd was left inspired by her strength and conviction, carrying her message with them as they left the stadium. In the days that followed, Erika's words continued to echo, a powerful reminder that even in the face of tragedy, love can triumph over hate. Erika Kirk's speech was also a declaration of intent to continue Charlie's mission. As the new CEO of Turning Point USA, she vowed to lead the organization forward. Her promise was not just to honor Charlie's memory, but to actively pursue his vision. Erika's leadership provided stability and direction in a moment of uncertainty. She positioned herself as a steward of Charlie's legacy, not a replacement. Her vow transformed her from grieving widow to movement leader. The message, an assassin's bullet, could not kill the movement or its ideals. Erika's resolve offered hope and a clear path forward. The memorial was a masterclass in the power of public gestures. Trump's embrace of Erika became a symbol of solidarity and comfort, cutting through political noise. Such moments are crucial in modern politics, communicating unity and strength to a massive audience. Trump's public support for Erika reassured the base and projected resilience. The handshake between Trump and Elon Musk, after a public feud, signaled unity for a greater cause. These gestures elevated the event, showing a movement coming together in tragedy. Simple acts, an embrace, a handshake, a hand held high, carry deep emotional weight. They shaped the narrative, binding the speeches and messages into a cohesive whole. The memorial's gestures transformed loss into a statement of resolve. They became the emotional glue that held the movement together. In a polarized America, the Charlie Kirk Memorial created a rare moment of unity. Grief over Kirk's assassination brought together leaders and rivals, signaling a united front. The reconciliation between Trump and Musk, for Charlie, set an example for followers. Erika's message of forgiveness provided common ground, transcending politics. Her grace reminded everyone of shared values and humanity. The event urged unity not in anger, but in commitment to positive ideals. For a moment, the focus shifted from division to solidarity and hope. The images of embrace and reconciliation offered a brief respite from political conflict. It was a fleeting but powerful reminder of what can unite even a divided nation. The enduring image from the memorial is Trump and Erika Kirk leaving the stage, hands clasped and held high. This silent gesture captured the day's core themes: grief, strength, and the continuation of a legacy. It told a story of resilience and hope, promising the movement would go on. The image will be replayed and remembered as a symbol of support and unity. It fused personal compassion with strategic leadership, cementing the bond between Trump and the movement. The gesture humanized the leaders, showing them as people facing loss together. Ultimately, this image distilled the event's message: even in darkness, the torch is carried forward. The hand held high remains a silent, powerful promise for the future.